Welcome back, everybody. This is MTG Mudsta. I'm coming at you with another game on MTGO. We are playing Wort in very special birthday variant where we play 4 players. Um, this is not a keepable hand, especially not against 2 other green decks. This is still not that much better. Oh, looks like everyone's saying. I really don't like this hand either. But at least it's got 2 colors, Skull Clamp and Blasphemous Act and Hull Breach, so I'll keep it. We can prevent people from getting too far out of hand. So we are playing against Roon of the Hidden Realm, who is a fun bounce commander. You've got Vigilance and Trample, which people forget about a lot of the time. I run a Roon deck with Stoneforge Mystic. I use the bounce to go get more equipments, and then I stick it all on Roon, and he just kind of plows through people. Rafiq of the Many is just exalted shenanigans, and people are going to die. Kind of Voltron-y, kind of exalted triggery. Karlov, I haven't seen very much of. He seems like a fun general, though. I mean, lots of life gain. So that's going to be interesting, I think. He can be kind of big, too, depending on what you run. Umezawa Jite is phenomenal with him. Excuse me, I'm trying to fight off a belch. And we're playing Wort the Raidmother with only 2 lands. This could be potentially slow, but we run almost 40 lands. It's 3940 lands and a good amount of artifacts for ramp. So as long as we hit one of them, I think we'll be okay. That is regrettably not one of them. We're just going to tap out. This way it goes faster for MTGO anyway, then it won't prompt me to respond with everything. I don't want to run Skull Clamp out. I don't need the draw yet, and I don't want to give people a target to remove it. So turn 2 will probably be Boots unless we come into a ramp spell. This is a card I would love to have for Wort, but I'm not really into investing a lot of money into MTGO. I play mostly paper Magic, which hopefully, speaking of which, I got the new camera, so that's going to be great. It's going to be in 1080p. It's going to be beautiful. You guys are going to love it. The 4th game, however, was corrupted, so it's going to be probably another week or so before I can even film a 2nd game. So it'll be a little while before the next gameplay goes up, which is unfortunate, but if you guys want it, you got to wait for it. And this is real pretty. I would like one of these in people land. This is going to be a whole deck. Yeah, this is crazy. Him coming out in turn 2 is so good. Early commanders are the best. Ooh, so we're just going to casually draw every single 6+ drop in our deck, basically. We got Warp World in hand, which I'm really hoping we get to cast. We got Blasphemous Act, which again, is huge. Actually, it only costs 8 this time as opposed to 9, so we got that going for us. And Terastodon, which is just not going to help us either. Hopefully we'll fly under the radar. A lot of people don't necessarily know how Wort behaves, and with a turn 2 general, I think Karlov's can probably be the primary target for a lot of people. These are the cool Vintage Masters dual lands, which are neat. Our opponent is thinking a little bit. Hopefully command tower is fixed. Who knows? That'd be super irritating if it's not. I think we're going to find out, though. Yeah, I really like Roon. He's one of the more interesting Bant commanders. Rafiq is cool, but he's a real one-trick pony. Oh, okay, it looks like it works. Basically, you're just going to swing with exalted creatures and just get in there. So it's cute, but it's been done by a bunch of different generals. Not so exalted, but with Voltron and stuff like that. But Roon, I mean, he can act as removal. He can bounce opponents' target creatures for beneficial effects or for detrimental effects, like a pseudo Maze of Ith. So that's kind of nice. Karlov is, if he gets to 6, I mean, he's removal and a stick for only 2, which is pretty strong. So it all depends on what they... Yeah, there's Chalice of Life, which is probably one of the few cards outside of maybe a Loro, I think, that you could see this being a good thing. We are going to get hosed by this, I think, very, very quickly. That is going to have to die. I'm gonna have to hull breach, I think. Hopefully he'll attack me, so it won't be as it'll almost be like, yeah, he's going for me. Fuck. So I'm gonna have to, yeah, I'm definitely going to hull breach his chalice, because at this point, okay, we got a third land. Not bad. Green, red. We're gonna artifact. We'll tap out. For the most part, though, not really much we can do. Which is one of the reasons that Wort, I find, is an undervalued general, because he costs 6, and that means you have to ramp either super hard, or you're going to be waiting a while before you get to do anything, really. Which can be not fun, as we are currently experiencing. I mean, Red Sun Zenith is going to do a whole lot of nothing right now. Like, it would be nice to have a Farhaven help. You just give it to me, I'd be fine. I don't mind. Big jerk. Rubbing it in. I don't care. I don't want it. But, yeah, like, Roon gets incremental advantage with all these kind of ETB creatures, and we play so many of them in EDH, it's ridiculous. And, like, every creature's an ETB creature, pretty much, so... Yeah, he's got a forest. I'm sorry he doesn't get a plains. I guess that shows that he's got it in hand, which is a bit strange, but or he's in a like Kadamas reach or something for one. Our Rafiq player is a bit slow considering they're running. I mean, yes, both of us are a bit slow, just casually playing lands one by one by one. I think our Roon player had to mulligan actually, which is unfortunate. He's paying the costs, but for what? Ooh, that's a good card. Search your library for any creature, reveal that creature, put it into your hand. Yes, please. I don't even know what I'd find with this. Probably Solemn. Solemn or... I don't know if I run the elves. I'd have to check after. I don't feel like doing it now. But yeah, something like that I think would be... Why didn't he attack? Oh, I guess he wants to leave a chump up for Karlov. I'm just going to take it again to the face though, I think. Because this costs 3 less. So it costs 6. If I drew... It's really nothing I can draw that would actually get me there at this point with that though. Unless he dumps a bunch of creatures all of a sudden. Okay, that's one of them. If he attacks me again, I'll Red Sun Zenith this. And I think we can actually get around the death trigger with it. Our opponent is just complimenting this gentleman or lady, depending on who's sitting behind the keyboard, on their wonderful, pretty lands. These are really not things we need. Goodness. Okay. I really don't know what to do at this point. I've never really encountered a situation with 40 lands, Soul Ring, Mana Vault, Gilded Lotus, I think the Gruul Signet even. I mean, there should be ample ways to get either a land or an artifact that ramps us onto the field. I even have Ancient too. Like I've got tons of stuff in here. Nature's Claim, Farseek. I mean, yeah, the list goes on forever pretty much. I did actually change it a bit. I added Red Sun Zenith, Banefire. I know I've talked about Comet Storm before, but I actually didn't have it in the deck, which is kind of embarrassing. Ewit's a good one. He's probably going to return, I guess, Farhaven. Yep. You can return whatever you want. These are the beautiful Unhinged Lands by John Alon. I am fortunate enough to own all of one of those. Not a foil, because I am not a rich man. But they are super pretty. I would consider investing in enough to get my Prosh deck or something. Maybe even Zedru. All the basics, but I mean we're talking probably $10 Canadian each for the plains, maybe 11 or 12 for the mountains, and I'm sure that the islands are probably 15 or 16 each. You multiply that by 5 or 6 of each of those, and you got a bit of a price tag. So this is what I'm talking about, how it slows down with all this mana untapped is going to make things problematic in terms of I have to push a button now, and that's a lot of work. Oof, this guy is all in for the Exalted. Which is kind of cool. Yep. I will allow that. Because I can't do anything else about it. Really don't want to run out Skull Clamp. Chaos Orb is good. I don't really want to use it on Karlov because it'll net him basically a permanent, because Karlov will just go back to the command zone. And he'll get whatever, well, he could potentially whiff, but chances are likely that he'll hit something good, I'm sure. With our odds, anyway. What do I want to do? We've got, what, 6 creatures on the board, so that means Blasphemous Axe costs 2? That's a pretty good cost. No, 6 costs 3. We have exactly enough. But it would be 2 triggers from... Oh, what is he getting? Okay. Well, I certainly will not oppose that. But it seems like our Rafiq player is a little bit mana starved. So... we'll see. Yep. Yep. Shots fired. Oh boy. The smack talk has commenced. I think the foil Unhinged lands were only given away if you logged in during... I think it was one of the... whatever they call the Wizards of the Coast versus sort of the streamers. The streamer showdown, I think it is. And if you logged in and they won, you got... I think it was one of each, and then a Thalia foil and a normal one. I can't remember. I'm sure I have them in my collection. But... it's kind of neat. It gives a bit of an incentive to log in, I guess, while they're doing it. But I mean, I'm sure people play enough that it doesn't matter either way. Mother of Runes. That's going to be a problem. Ugh. Oh my goodness. So we're just playing... a ton of... I don't know why we have all of these with our hand. What do I want to do? I can't play... Well, I guess I can play 4 of the 7 cards I have in my hand. I really can't do much. I could Blasphemous Act, wipe the board, eat 3 triggers probably from J Stubbs, whose chances are going to recast Karlov. Quasali Pride Mage, I guarantee is going to get hit. Is going to hit my what's it called, the Swiftfoot boots, and the Roon player is going to get nothing. But the Mother of Runes is going to be an issue. I think I'm just going to Blasphemous Act. I really need a land. This is crazy. I'd say probably about half of the cards that I'm running are basically mana sources, and we're not hitting any of them. We hit 3. I wonder where those targets are gonna go. I have a feeling it's gonna be me. Oh, he let Karlov go to the graveyard? Interesting. Very interesting. Reliquary Tower, very, very useful right now for this gentleman. He's got all of 1 card in hand. I'm sure we're going to see Roon at this point. Yeah. Gotta get some H2O. And, yeah. I think realistically at this point, Karlov is still pretty resoundingly in the lead. Roon doesn't seem to have much of a hand. Rafiq doesn't seem to have much of a mana board, or mana. Karlov's got a decent sized hand and 6 or 5 mana sources, and we're just sitting here with a handful of cards and 3 lands. Excuse me. I ate a staggering amount of Indian food for my birthday feast, and am now getting a bit of heartburn. I would really like to cast Roon. I would love to draw something, but we don't seem to be doing that. It does not seem to be what we're about. Which is disappointing. So he's on 6, so that means he can oh no, sorry. Karlov is in the graveyard, so... Which is concerning me, because this guy seems to have all of his lands set out real pretty-like, so it makes me wonder if he's got... Oh, there we go. He's just going to bring him back with Sun Titan. That's fine. It's not a big deal. Yes, that's fine. I don't need to see the graveyard. This is going to be the player to beat. Oh my goodness. I'm just going to pass. I'm going to F6 my turn because I can't do anything. And frankly, all I really want to do is... I'll probably... On the beginning of Karlov's attacks, the beginning of combat step, I will Chaos Warp so he doesn't get the trigger from Sun Titan, because that's not what we want. He's got... Almost everything except for Victim of the Night can be brought back with Sun Titan, which is pretty great. I love Sun Titan. Sun Titan's one of my favorite cards. I played him in Standard when I first got into it, and it just seems so powerful to bring back a 3-costed like creature or artifact, and then someone told me you could bring back lands, and I think my jaw literally hit the table. I was blown. I did not even think about it. And yeah, it has been a genuine pleasure since then. Expedition map, okay. Yep. Gonna let that happen. Reflector Mage, okay. What's it gonna hit? Probably Karlov? This is a fun card. It's a good thing you didn't have flat. Oh, Sun Titan. Interesting. I don't know if I would have done that. Because he's gonna recast it not this turn, but the turn after. And that's... I mean... This is what I'm talking about. Roon has Vigilance and Trample, so even if he blocks, he's still gonna get 2 commander damage and lost his commander. I mean, that's pretty good for a 5-mana commander. And he's got a relevant ability. And he's in blue and white, which tend to be really artifact heavy and green for ramp and counters and draw, and Roon's fun. I am considering making mine into Derevi though. I've been playing Roon for years, and he doesn't play out always the same way, but it becomes very apparent depending on what stage of the game you are to get what cards, and that can be a bit more linear than I'm comfortable playing, and it's just not necessarily what you want to be doing every single game. It'll become really tedious if you play out the same way every game. That's why I avoid sort of competitive EDH, mostly because it just seems so. You've got your strategy, you have your one focus, and you just go for that, and you just try and let as little disruption as you possibly can. Unless you're playing stacks, in which case then it's just funny. And as you'll notice, no one is playing Sensei's Dividing Top and buggering this game down, which is very thankful. I'm very happy. Oh boy. Where dim lands at? We're going to take it to the face, I'm pretty sure. Just move this off the floor because that's bugging my foot. Oh boy. Oh gosh. We got a Soul Sister deck. I mean, I play Teysa, the 3-drop one, not the 6/7 or whatever 8-drop one. And I think it's pretty easy to convert Teysa to Karlov or Karlov to Teysa. A lot of them run the same sort of low 1 to 3 curve. And I mean, it's not too shabby. This is where I'm going to draw probably something stupid that I want to play, but I can't because Soul Attendants. I don't know, I just draw Doubling Season, whatever. And we don't need him recurring this. And we're going to take it to the face, I'm pretty sure. This would have been a problem with Sun Titan. Because if he can return and recur creatures that easily, it's going to be a real issue. Oh boy. Oh boy, okay. So Reflector Mage is going to have to go the next time around. Yeah. Being able to swing with Roon and then bounce Reflector Mage is pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. I would probably give someone $1 to draw a land at this point, just so that this would be a more engaging game. At this point, we have answers. I mean, we still have Chaos Warp, but what I'd like to draw is like Dragon Fodder or Krenko's Command or something to get those 2 little tokens out, and then basically Skull Clamp the next turn and just hope to draw into something, I guess. Okay. So our Rafiq player is back in the game. He's got his Academy Ruins, which is one of those blue ways to recur artifacts I was talking about. And it's needed because it doesn't care if it's a creature or if it's a land. It's whatever you need. Just as long as it's this artifact, you're fine. But we'll see. We will see. I don't want any more. I even I lowered the curve. I cut a bunch of 6+ drops to make way for a bit more ramp and 2 or 3 more. Oh, okay. He's not messing around with enchantments. 2 or 3 more X spells. I have like gelatinous goo or birthing or whatever you want to call it. The one where it makes an XX. It's a great way to copy with Wort. Go to your end step. It's got sort of like we're basically going to have to keep Chaos Warp up for when he does. Yep. I think at this point it's going to be oof. That's not good. That's not good. The Karlov player is getting pretty hated out right now, which is kind of unfortunate. Hopefully he will not scoop and just sticks it out. He seems like he's a good sport. Well, those are two pieces that are going to be rough. Land, 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 land. Okay, we're at 4. Can't do much with 4 though. Let's destroy what? All other enchantments. We're not Mimic Fat. And then I'll probably tap Rootbound Crag and just pass. I'll look like less of a threat this way. Hopefully skirt under some radars at this point, because really we are in deep doo-doo unless something starts going our way. We got good cards to cast. We just gotta cast them. That's the tricky part with most decks, is having the mana to cast the spells. This is probably going to be a lot longer than any of my narrated gameplay videos, mostly because I'm sitting here watching people do stuff more. Hopefully people enjoy this video. It's the first time I think I've recorded anyway, a 4-player game. Oh, Rift. Oh, what's he gonna bounce? What's he gonna bounce? Probably gonna send him mine. Yeah. At least it's not a land. At least he's not going down that route. That would be upsetting to me. Everyone's being a meanie. Whoever is gonna, someone's just gonna get attacked. I mean, that's how many? I think J-Stubs. Yeah, he's taking 12 commander damage. Roon doesn't do that much, but it adds up pretty quickly. I mean, that's a 6-turn clock, which sounds a lot worse than it actually is. But yeah, I guess we're gonna have to Chaos Warp whatever he's gonna try and bounce, pretty much. It's not going to be Roon. I think it's going to have to be probably the Riftwing. That's going to be the most problematic creature, I think, out of all the ones that he's going to have on the field. If he plays Brago, I think we're pretty much done at that point. We'll see. Oof, okay. We'll do it like this. Yeah. I mean, Steel Saber's Gift and Polluted Delta was a no-brainer. I kind of helped him out a little bit, I think. I mean, I guess I could have left him had a pile of 5, but he was going to discard stuff anyway, so... Yes, I'm sure you would have, sir. I mean, our game plan is still okay. Really depends on what we draw. I still think Chaos Warp basically holding up to use in response to Roon is our best option. Land, land, land. That is not a land. Why are you doing this to me? Okay. Okay. Hopefully he'll get a little bit full of himself and we can punish him. I'll go to the end step. I'm almost 100% willing to bet that he's gonna bounce Riftwing. Oh no. Oh. So hopefully we can Chaos Warp and get him like a land. Yeah, I think, yeah, we got a land. So Roon fizzles. So I am now going to eat so much hate at this point. I'm going to... Oh, okay. So he still sees him as the main threat. He's got a beautiful amount of land. Not able to do much with it, though, which is okay. It's A-okay. We've only got, what? Another 84 chances to draw into something? I mean, we've drawn 5, 10, we've drawn like 15 cards, and we've only gotten 4 lands. I'm not a mathematician, or a math wizard, or a scientist, or a biologist, or any of those things, but I'm pretty sure numbers equals lands. Especially when I play more than 0 lands. Okay. I'm surprised he's not casting Rafiq, but I guess he doesn't want to get it bounced immediately with this fellow. Which makes a bit of sense. I don't know. I don't know why he's going to be so picky. We shall see. We shall see. Okay, Mr. Rafiq, we gotta hurry up. I have a delicious pie waiting for me somewhere. Lemon meringue, to be exact. It needs to go in my mouth hole and then come out another hole at some point in the future. Otherwise, I think I'll die. Okay, we're on 5. We're getting there. I mean, slowly. I don't know what else to do other than run out Mimic Vat again. Just gonna do a whole lot of nothing. The cool thing is I can regenerate anyone's creature that I want to. So that's always a plus. But what I'd like is to mimic that with, like, I don't know, Farhaven. Farhaven, actually just Farhaven. I'm not even that picky. Just Farhaven. Please, just give to me the Farhavens. I like these lines, the new Battle for Zendikar ones. I wish they'd printed out the second half, the enemy ones, but, ooh, he's hitting only lands. Oh no. No. I think he's gonna hit me with it. I mean, they're a poor man's shock or duel or whatever you need them to be, and they do come in often enough. I mean, unless you're playing sort of a hermit druid style deck where you don't run a heck of a lot of basics, chances are you can reliably have these come into play untapped. But at the absolute worst, they're basically targets for fetch lands or other fun things. He is just wailing on this dude, I think. Yep, so it's... I think that's... Is Karlov in the graveyard still? No, Karlov's going to hit the field. He's doing nothing. We're just getting wailed on. He's killing himself with, like, ancient tombs and stuff like that, so... This is the problem, though, unfortunately. We ganged up on J-Stubbs a little too much. Maybe not too much, but... He was really out of control with all the life gain effects that he had. And now, he is not so much. But we've let Roon get out of control. So at this point, I would like to cast Blasphemous Act, but I don't think I can. Is there something... I guess what I could do is... No, because Roon's on tap, so he's just going to respond to it by tapping Roon to bounce it. What did he fetch? He got Swiftfoot Boots, okay. So I guess he's going to try and go for a Rafiq next turn and just try and smash in. Which is a good plan. But I think J-Stubbs is probably dead. Oh no, he could do it this turn actually, sorry. Probably actually worth it. Oh no, because he needs to pay the one to equip it. That's what's keeping him from doing it. It's not like Lightning Greaves. He's probably kicking himself for not getting Lightning Greaves at this point. Because that would have been 8 commander damage. Oof. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Unfortunate. But, you know, it'd be kind of cool is actually if there's enough people interested with MTGO accounts, we should do a subscriber or just anyone who wants to play. We could all set up like a TeamSpeak or event or something like that, and you guys could just probably be a bit more interesting than me talking to myself. Although I do have a beautiful voice. Oh, J-Stubbs died. That's unfortunate. Okay. I think we're on J-Stubbs' turn, so it should just automatically end. We're gonna need a land, I'm sure of it. Nope, okay. I was wrong. Again. Yeah. We're going to die. This is pretty much going to be the game, I think. Oh, nope. I want the chat. So to you, Tesma. You're my only hope. Got the whole little... I could do the buns, the princess... Oh, boy. That's super good card. Shield me with your face. We are so dead. There's like no way we can. This is a fun card. Expensive. I don't think it does it give indestructible? No, it just gives everything else though. Like that's all you need anyway. I need Eternal Witness and about 1 billion more mana. He seems to think that I'm the least threatening, which is kind of good. Hopefully Tesma runs like survival, or not survival, Supreme Verdict, Wrath of God, anything, any kind of thing like that. Please, 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 please. Actually, speaking of which, I broke my own rule. I used to not like running off-color fetches because I thought it was against the spirit of the format. But it came to my conclusion that having ways to find things is good. So I've started running them recently. And I've had good success with them, especially in the decks where I have duels and shocks and things like that. It makes the curve even better. Okay, that's really good. It's pretty helpful. I don't think Roon can bounce himself. Alright. He's gonna bounce. Reflector Mage. Reflector Mage will come back at the end of turn. Even if... But he'll have the boots on by that point, so it won't make a difference. If anything, he's just getting rid of a blocker, which is kind of weird. I don't quite follow his thought pattern on that. Yeah, let it resolve, dude. Don't fight with him over that. That makes no sense. And then he runs at the boots, and then he's got 2, 3, 4, 5. So it should be more than that's more than enough to cast and equip, I think, because the boots are 2 and then 1, so that's 3. Yeah, I think that's what he's doing. Boots. Where the boots at? Where the booties at? Yeah, there we go. Okay. So he's just doing the opposite order that I was expecting. I thought he'd do the boots, then the commander, but that's fine. I think Rafiq is going to steal the win at this point. That swords is a really good play. We are so far gone, though. Overwhelming Stampedes is a great card to copy, because basically, you take the highest power creature, you give all your creatures that amount, so you basically double his power, then you double that again. So, yeah, doubling a doubler, double, 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 double. That's fun. This was not the greatest game to showcase the power of Wort. Usually she is much more, I don't know, silly, spell-slingy kind of fun, but we saw some other interesting decks, and this is the first 4-player game. Hopefully I will not delete this one before I format it. That would be awkward and stupid of me. I hope he's not attacking me. Okay, good. Good, we're not getting attacked. Perfect. Yep. I mean, that's not going to be able to target anything, so it's... Oh, gosh. Okay, we're going to run a doubling season. It'll probably get eaten by Tranquil, whatever the heck you want to call it. But at this point, it's the only spell I can play and do anything with. And so, that's what's happening. This game is going to take a while to format. I don't think... If we don't draw a land, I'm just going to concede, guys. This is... There is very little chance that we're going to come back against Rafiq. We're just going to... I think we're going to eat it pretty hard. Roon's probably not going to cast... Oh, I guess he's got haste. so it's not that bad to cast him. And he's still... Why did he attack me? We're going to see Roon, I think. Wah, wah. Is this like EverQuest? Like, is that what his name means? I used to play that. That was fun. Many moons ago. My brother's actually playing it now. There's like a premium, old school server kind of thing, which is pretty neat. Oh, just rub it in. It's fine. It's not like I want to cast Wood Elves. I found that's one of the things that Roon does really well is just get a ton of lands, because you just keep flickering those ETB creatures. And usually you'll run like Farhaven Elf, Wood Elves, and what's the name of that? Fierce Empath? To find like your 6-drops and stuff like that. So that's a lot of ways to sort of recur, reuse, recycle Algor, Murica. So we're going to have to see what Tesma has, but I can't imagine a situation where we're going to be able to come back from this. And I think it's already almost been 45 minutes of you guys just watching me talk and not draw lands. Wah, wah. Well, since I'm not able to play or get an actual recording up of live gameplay next week, I'll probably do another 4-player game at some point this week for next Monday. And hopefully it'll be a little bit more interesting than this. Okay, so he's going to go get probably, I'll say, a sword, most likely. Feast and Famine, maybe. Fire and Ice is probably a good one, actually. Or something to give him... Yeah, Fire and Ice, yeah. That's what I would have gotten. Or maybe Jitte. Jitte with Double Strike is just silly. So... He can actually, if you... Well, no, it's going to cost 3, because he's going to have to pay for the equip. He'd save... No, because it would cost 3 no matter what. I was going to say, I thought he could have saved it. Yes, I know my malware anti-Werebytes is out of date, and now so does everyone on the internet. Yeah. He didn't equip it. That's interesting. And he didn't attack. That is perplexing. Okay, so we got a 6-drop, which means all of nothing. He's going to be big, I think. Oh, no, he's not. He's going to be... Oh, he'll be 24, 24. So this is not going to do a heck of a lot. He's just going to flicker this, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm just going to concede, guys. There's no way we can win this. Hopefully you will join me next Monday for a more interesting and enjoyable EDH game. Until then, enjoy one of my beautiful live action gameplays. Or perhaps a primer. But anyway, take it easy, As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe my videos for more.